Thakazani, ngithemba ukuthi wonke umuntu uyaphila. I go by the name of umthandazi. If it is your first time watching any of my videos, welcome. Please feel free to like and subscribe onto my channel and umthandazi TV, or do follow me on my Facebook page and umthandazi. This is a safe space where we get to learn something new and something exciting about our ancestors. Today is no different. I want us to speak about what are some of the steps, or what are some of the procedures or processes that one needs to do when going to consult. So as an individual, when you're going to consult with a traditional healer, whether it can be sangoma, inyanga, umthandazi, you need to prepare yourself emotionally, spiritually, of course, mentally and physically. So best advice with all these processes or the steps that I am going to be talking about, you need to dedicate 7 days in advance before actually going to consult. So if you're planning to go and consult on the 8th of, for example, 8th of April, when at 1 April, start preparing yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally what you're going to consult at a traditional healer. So what are some of these steps that I'm talking about, or what are some of these procedures? So number one, the first thing that you need to do is you need to phahla. You need to inform your ancestors ukuthi wenzakalani, uyaphi. Ngiyavesa uvuke namhlanje and decide ukuthi when you're going to consult. No, it does not work like that. You need to inform your ancestors ukuthi you're going to see a traditional healer because ufuna ukuthi uthole impendulo ngempilo yakho. And for you to uthole impendulo ngamaphupho futhi abakhombisa wona njengedlozi lakho. Telling them, asking them ukuthi behlangane nawe phambi kuleso sigodlo solukulowo makhosi. So for example, ekuphahleni kwakho uzoshiwo gogo nomkhulu, Thokozani, ngosolo ukuthi ngesigodlweni samakhosi mafisa ondlovukazi. Acela ukuthi sihlangane khona bogogo nomkhulu ningiphelezele kule ndlela engihambayo. Ngoba nakho impilo yami ngiyayibona ABNC kuyayenzayo empilweni yami, so ngicela ukuthi nihlangana khona ngikwazi ukuthi ngiyithole impendulo. Nawa namaphupha amami bogogo nomkhulu ayangihlasela futhi angwa-understand. ABNC ngicela ukuthi mengifika khona bogogo nomkhulu ningilekelele futhi ngalapho ukuze ngikwazi ngithole impendulo engiyidingayo. So whatever it is that you're going to consult for, usuzocela ukuthi uyithole lezo impendulo. Another important thing ukuthi sometimes amaphupho ethu iwona siqhuqhuzelayo ukuthi siye to consult. So it's going to be very important, even way in advance, way. That's why I always tell people it's very important for you to record your dreams, because recording your dreams is something, it indicates ukuthi, it gives an indication what exactly that you need to do in Pidunyag. For example, when you don't understand things, what you're going to do, you're going to phahla number one, or you're going to go and consult. So either way, record your dreams. Ukuze masufika nakhona la kumele ukuthi uye khona ukwazi ukuthi ukhulume nomakhosi ngaleso sikhathi umtshene zona inkinga zakho. Another thing, we always inform our ancestors in advance ukuthi khona la siyakhona sihlangane ukuze besihlangabeze kuleso sigodlo, because khona amadlozi that are very stubborn. Thola ukuthi you can go and consult, uthi uyafika khona ekutshela umakhosi akaboni lutho. Esho ukuthi idlozi lakho likhona but alifuna ukukhuluma because alazi ukuthi wena uthe uza la. Or noma kube ngathi ekutshela ukuthi idlozi lakho liqhelile liyazi ukuthi kumele ukuthi uwenzeni empilweni yakho wena. Because ngoba ungalaleli wena, for example, ungalaleli amaphupho and whatsoever, zonke impendulo oyidingayo zikhona right in front of your eyes. Thola usemaphupheni bakutshela ukuthi kumele wenze A, B, and C. So there was no need for you to even go and consult. The next thing that it's very important that you need to consider or do before going to consult is prepare yourself physically. How do you prepare yourself physically? Number one, you need to make sure you're strong. You'll be able to take whatever lo muntu lo makhosi ozobekutshela khona. Uma ekutshela izinto ungafika usuquleka lapha. Make sure that spiritually you're also strong, even though physically you also need to be strong. You need to cleanse yourself, self-cleanse. So ukuthi uzoyisha emfuleni ebhisha maseven, just self-cleanse yourself using leso siwasho noma yini kade uyisebenzisa. Kuthiwa uzade uye emngcwabeni whatsoever usebenzisa izinto njengequngo, isiqungu ukwazi uyihlambulula ususe lowo mathunzi noma lowo mabhado sokuhamba nawo ngaleso sikhathi. When going to consult, you need to make sure ukuthi uhlambulukile. As much as ukuthi some consultations are going to require you ukuthi uhambe ugezwe lowo makhosi, but out of respect and for lowo makhosi, ensure ukuthi the night before you don't go and drink, participate in sexual activities, and whatsoever. You're trying to prepare yourself physically by consuming izinto eziright futhi for umzimba wakho. Hope it makes sense. So noma yini nakhona sokuyicosha futhi ngokomoya ngaleso sikhathi ingakwazi ukuthi ihlale kuwena. Hence I'm saying that you need to cleanse yourself. So self-cleansing is also important. What else? Another thing that is very important that you need to consider is knowing your family history. Ungathi usufika lapho kumakhosi udunyele wena esabe sakutshela ngesibongo sakhe ekubuza ukuthi hayibo uyamazi ugogo sibani and you out there like ubani manje loyo wekutshena ukuthi ekhaya kwenza ukuthi nokuthi and be like, yeah, well, you all confused. Find out your family history. Find out, for example, ukuthi ugogo ngcoba ubani ugogo zala ubaba, ubani ugogo zala umama. So maybe I shown kanjalo kanjalo. Find out if there was any traditional healers in the family, any spiritual people, or the churches within the family. Obuthola ukuthi isangoma noma umthandazi ekutshena ukuthi wangena umkhulu from your dad's side. Umkhulu was A, B, and C. When since you do not know ukuthi umkhulu ubani and you are uyixabe futhi to find out ukuthi history yasekhaya ihamba kanjani, you're going to be so confused in the whole consultation, and it's going to be very hard for you to even believe lo muntu ngalento akutshela yona because you're lacking a history and the family knowledge that you're supposed to know. So find out all the important factors about your family. Isibongo sakho sifike la sikhona manje saqhamukaphi. It's important to know imvelaphi yakho. For example, usebenzisa isibongo sakababa. Find out ukuthi uma nobaba was married. If they are married, well, all the traditional things are done accordingly. If usebenzisa isibongo sakababa kodwa uma nobaba bashadile, find out ukuthi ubaba hlawula, ubaba ngilobole nazonke lezo zinto. Ungathi wena uthi hayi usebenzisa isibongo sababa just because ubaba wahlawula kuphela. Ngokomthetho you still belong ethungeni lakho mama uma wahlawula kuphela. So it's all those small type of things that you need to find out. Maybe kubuza ukuthi ubani ugogo Smith, yabo, be able to know, at least know thola ukuthi wazi ugogo umkhulu ukhokho nokhokhokazi. Those are the most basic people that usually come up in consultations. So it's such information that you need to know, because esikhathini consultations are more of you're gonna tell the traditional healer is gonna tell you your problems, but as the traditional healer is not gonna do most of the talking. You're gonna do most of the talking. Ingakho need to write down your dreams, prepare questions that you're gonna ask the traditional healer, know why exactly you want to consult, and make sure there are some consultations that I have sometimes. Consultations always it's 5 minutes. You know why it's 5 minutes? Because I've done my talking. You don't have any questions when. So if you don't have any questions, because the most important things that I was meant to tell you, I've told you. So if you don't want to dig deep and you don't want to know the meaning of things, some consultations I'll have with a person total to take like an hour long. Why? Because that person has prepared themselves by asking what they want to achieve out of the consultation. If you're going to go to a consultation, have an aim. Have a plan because what exactly you want to achieve by the end of this consultation. But once I know I don't get the consultation, I'm going to beg it into Zam. Now I'm going to promise to pay out of the consultation. I'll be like, no, Timukeza, Spongo, let's assemble the side, so it's Spongo Sasekai. And if I ask you, Meng Booz, Genus, how we are Spongo, let's assemble the side. Axona less, Mengabin Simmons less, Saranimala, for example. And now you're out here confused, thinking, who the hell is mobile? Such things that you need to know or was create a conversation between when and my course. Because if it's all, I'm just going to tell you what your ancestors require me to tell you at that specific time. And if you do not have questions for them, or you don't have any type of dreams that you'd like to ask them, ngizoyithulela nami. Ensure ukuthi when you go into a consultation, know what you want. And we inform our ancestors ukuthi we're going to a consultation because we know because not every traditional healer comes with the most purest intention. Or they'll be able to make season it looks like we'll be able to tell you days in advance ukuthi hayi la uyakhona mfethu akukona la umele uthi uye khona bayohlala ngawo. Or they'll keep on showing you things emaphupheni akho ukuthi no la ozoya khona kumele kube ngathi uyaya khona. So ingakho ngithi mina ungavesana uvuke namhlanje and say you want to consult. Prepare yourself. This is going to be a consultation with 5 minutes. Some consultations are going to be an hour. And such, I like long consultations they give me personally. Because in such a way, by the end of the consultation, they learn something different and something new about themselves. So yeah, I think that is so it's the basic things. Partner and inform your ancestors. Know your family history. Cleanse yourself. Make sure that you pure for those consultations. Know your family history. Yeah, it's those small little basic things that you need to know in order for you to have a successful consultation. Just because you did not prepare yourself emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and mentally, and they tell you 2-3 things, and you be like, no, and I tell you certain things, but at the same time, you do not have any questions for me. Again, there's some things, guys, that as individuals that we need to know. There's things that your ancestors are going to tell me that I need to change. But there's also going to be questions because I'm going to require you to onke booze. Myself be like, oh yeah, this question no good. It's a conversation. It needs to go 2 ways, but at the same time, you need to talk the most as the person that is coming to consult. Because you're the one that wants answers. Because if ungabuzi honestly, low muntu is not going to tell you. They're going to tell you the most common, not the most common problems or nomizito that are highly influencing your life. Nakona, they're just going to put it in basic terms. So if nakona, if you do not understand that, and if you don't understand and you don't ask that, so it's important to ask questions, to not be shy. It's always katsako with a traditional healer. Below to stay to help you. But at the same time, you need to be able to help yourself. Do not fully depend on a traditional healer who's again. We are here to advise people, give you the best advice that we possibly can. But at the same time, you also need to put in the effort in making sure what's the advice that we give you is successful. It's like people consulting 5-10 times. For what? You want to hear the same problem over and over again instead of implementing the solutions that are given to you. So yeah, I think that is it. Feel free to consult. If you want to consult with me, feel free to WhatsApp me on 063 900 716 063 9800 716, or do follow me on my Facebook page and Umthandazi. Until next time, everybody, goodbye.